Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Pilot 7 for this cross-country flight from San Marcos, Texas. That's KHYI to Gulfport, Mississippi, KGPT. My name is Chris. Let's get started. So this flight here, we're going to be leaving out of Texas, as mentioned, and I have uh, a co-pilot here. It's Teddy. He likes photography. So he convinced me to let him come along for some aerial photography, and that he liked so much. Met him in Texas, and I said, okay, let's see how this is going to work out. So I'm going to bring him along on the flights there, and he's going to do the aerial photography and help me with some editing and so forth. Uh, you know, I think it may really work out, but we'll see. So here we go. I'm going to give you a brief on where we're on our route here, and you should be able to see it on your screen. So this is the route. We're departing, and we're pretty much going straight east, and then we'll head slightly north as the flight progresses. And this is where we are, where the triangle, magenta or pink triangle is, KHYI, and go straight across the east, and it's going to follow, we're going to go through Louisiana, New Orleans, and fly the Gulf Coast into Mississippi. And then we're going to turn up and land in Gulfport, as you can see from the route. So the flight should be about, we're going to cruise on this flight here, probably cruise about 11,000 feet, a little lower there. I've been traditionally higher. It all depends on what the wind is doing to us. Traditionally, I fly higher, but I'm going to try to lower it so that we'll get a better view. Although it's a really clear day, it's a really clear day out. And let me get this out of the way. You know where we're going. So you have a forward view there. You can see pretty well. And right right view there, you can see just some cumulus clouds. We're going to fly over those. And then the right left view. Now there's a lot of wind. You can see that wind sock. You can see that wind sock really straight out when it does that, and you can hear the wind. You can hear a lot of ambient wind there. So that's something we want to keep an eye on. So what I want to do here is we're in the Diamond DA50 RG sitting on the flight line, and let me get our map ready. So what I'm doing is bringing up the chart. I'm gonna zoom out. This is showing exactly where we are, and we can kind of follow it to make sure that we don't get lost. And I'm going to listen to the ATIS here now after I get started up. What I do in the real world is I actually have my handheld. That sounds like a car going by. Here we go. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the cockpit cockpit preparation and then the start checklist. So we got the PDOT cover and the chocks removed, emergency exit window panned out, simulated, fuel valve on normal. Let me get us back to the other screen here. I'll leave that there until we need it there. Let me get back to where you can see what's going on as well. So instrument. There we go. Okay, so continuing on. So got fuel valve is normal. Cowl flaps closed. Power lever idle. Check that. All the way up, all the way down. Circulating air. I don't have a simulated virtual version there, but that's right above the throttle. And the flaps up. Looking out on the wing. Flaps are up. Gear selector down. Emergency gear extension. Push in. I don't have that, but I'm going to add that one day, and you'll see it on one of my videos. My Tech Tuesday video. P-dot heat off. Avionics master off. ESS bus off. So we're working right to left. Engine master off. Fuel pump off. Emergency fuel pump, that is off. Fuel transfer off. Alternators both on. FADEC auto. Breakers check in. ELT arm. Don't have a simulator, but I'm going to add that later. I think I know where I'm going to get one from. Electric master on. Okay, voltage check. Okay, it's in the red, but we don't have the engine started yet. Fuel quantity check. And I'm going to go ahead and
TOS system test. Okay. TCAS test. Pass.
turn the volume down unnecessary a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to grab my tablet and I'm going to go fuel. Bring this over where I can see it all completely. Here we go. And fuel, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to full. And I'm done with the tablet. Put it back, put this back to where it goes. And where was our fuel quantity check? And so I just topped off the fuel. And lights check. And that's where you normally go and make sure they are working. Yeah, okay. Alright, so landing light I gotta look at again. There's a short or something in there because periodically it doesn't. Turn it on, but it won't turn off. Alright, so for that I'm going to just use the virtual method. I have it in off position. And alright, so advantage of building your simulator yourself, you know where it's at. So I can imagine, I know the wire that I'm going to trace it end to end where it goes into the board, because that's not the first time that's happened. Okay, electrical trim check. So don't have an electric trim button yet, but I will. So in the meantime I just use the there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, what's happening here? I know that this is working, and now it's back on. It just took time for it to get some warm up. Don't know. Okay, so electric trim, I'll check that. And cowl flaps open. and flaps, landing. So flaps all the way down to landing, and give you a better view of what I just did. Move this out of the way, so I just put the flaps all the way down. Electric master off. Okay, electric master off. Okay, so that completes the cockpit prep checklist. Now we're going to go to starting engine. Starting engine. Um, okay, cockpit preparation complete. Passengers briefed. If I did mention, it's going to be about a 3 to 3.5 hour flight. And doors close and lock. Power lever. Ground idle. Parking brake set. Gear selector down. Avionics master off. Emergency fuel pump off. Alternators both on. FADEC auto. Electric master on. Cowl flaps closed. Flaps up.
TOS system test OK.
Okay, waiting. G1000, wait for the power up to complete. That's part of the TOS, and then TCAS, we're waiting on that. And fuel, while we're waiting, fuel temperature check, and that looks like that's
test. Pass.
Fuel temperature looks like it's normal. Starting engine. Okay, strobes on. Get back here. Get situated. Okay, strobes on. And position light on. Okay, engine master on. And wait for this glow plug to go out. The glow plug right here. When it goes out, I should be able to start this bad boy. And there we go. Avionics master on. And we got to idle the engine for 2 minutes, and then power to 1100. So checking my navigation. The navigation expires 11 June. I update that with Navigraph. So you may have seen some of my videos there where I'll address those later there. Anyway, electrical equipment on as required. Okay, P dot heat. on and then off. So I'm checking the where it says stall and PDOT on the panel right here. I'm turning the PDOT heat on, and then that message disappeared. And I'm turning it off, and it reappears. Then the alerts, that's telling us we're inside of airspace. And it says data out of date. That's not true. I update it with the JEP information. It just doesn't know it. Electric trim tested. So test the electric trim again. Yep, still works. Autopilot on, check. Disconnect. Alright, that's what we want. Perfect. So that's that tone to let you know if you inadvertently you tap the button there and take off the autopilot without realizing it. It'll let you know real quick, as you see from that tone. Okay, emergency fuel pump. Check off. Pitch and trim. Fuel valve. Emergency 10 minutes. 10 seconds, then normal. Okay, just put the valve to emergency. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then back to normal. Taxiing, right? So before we taxi, we're going to get ADAS because that windsock is really blowing. When you get a reality, would I go flying with the windsock like that? And that is a no. That's too windy unless you have somewhere to really be. Wouldn't do it. So alright, let's tune into